All right, so good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. I hope we are all doing good. So, we're starting our class now. Please kindly confirm if you could hear me as usual. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. Please share this link, share this video to whoever that is not in this class tonight because we are now entering into voice agents, and tonight is going to set the foundation for the previous class. For the next classes, we are going to be having on voice AI agent. So please share the video to whoever needs to be here. And for the group leaders, I need to address all the groups. I need to address all the groups. Washa, share the video to whoever needs to be here. So we'll start our classes. All right, so you all are welcome to this bootcamp tonight, and you all are really doing amazingly well. Like for one of you, you're all doing amazingly well for yourself. So far so good. You all have gotten your capstone project, and I believe everybody has been working on his or her own capstone project. Some groups have been like, I've been going through some groups. You guys are really doing amazing role. Which groups have like I have some groups that have been checking their messages. Group three, you guys are doing well. Group three, you guys are really doing well. Um, some group have not even started. And I hope you guys know you are presenting on what's called on Saturday. Group three, you guys are doing well. Then there's this group that this guy is the team leader, our graphic designer. I don't know his name. Okay, group three, you guys are doing okay. I think he's in group three. Then group six. Group six, you guys are doing well also. I've been seeing your works. Then which other groups? It's only group three and group six that I've been really seeing much work. Others others are still I don't even know. I don't know, maybe they haven't woken up yet. So that's just it. Now I believe you all understand what you are asked to do. I don't want to go through it one by one. I might actually go through it maybe after this class. I might go through it one by one. But I believe you all know what you are asked to do. Now, on the day of presentation is starting on Friday, right? Please, each group, if any of your group member is not on the call that day, you are going to be automatically disqualified, right? So, group leader, you have a whole of. I'm going to have a meeting with all the group leaders before that day. If any of your code group members is not on call that day, the group is automatically disqualified. Then, um, apart from all that, also in a group, two people are going to be presenting. The two people that are going to be presenting, while the rest will be answering questions. Yeah. So each group should appoint two people that are going to they are going to present. Maybe one person. You guys know how you are going to present that day, right? First of all, you tell us, you introduce yourself, you tell us what you are trying to build. After you tell us what you are trying to build, you tell us the solution. Why exactly do you think it's a very, very good, it's a pinpoint to businesses? Because I believe whatever automation you build, anything you are building, group leader, anybody is that is not serious in your group, we're moving on her. Like, I give you guys the what's called the authority. Yeah. Anybody that is not in your group, that is not active or not serious, send me a DM. I'm going to remove him or her. Just tell me, just let me know. I'm giving you guys that authority. You don't even need to notify them, just let me know in my DM. I'm going to what's it called remove them. We're using that day, right? We're using Google. I will let you guys know. I'll let you guys know how I want to do it that day. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know how you're going to do it. So just send out in any member that is not active. Just let me know and let me call them. Even if just five people that are active in your group, I believe this thing is not something that just even if just five people, just cut them off and let those that are serious actually do yours. So as I was saying, you guys are going to tell us more about the pain points why you're trying to build your automation, because every automation you're building must actually serve a particular pain point. And you're going to convince us why we have to, why you think that that pain point can be automated, right? So now, what you are coming to do that day is you are coming to pitch to us, let's say, to people that will be coming to what's called to listen to whatever you are pitching to. So you are coming to pitch to us as you are pitching to a client, right? So you are coming to pitch as if you want to explain to a client what they need to know about their workflow. So you must be able to convince us why you think the solution you are bringing on the table is something that we can buy into, right? So if it's not clearly what we can buy into, that means you're not really solving any problem and you're not bringing in any solution to the table. So you must be able to convince us so clear that what you are bringing to the table it's something that we can actually buy into. So apart from that, also you're going to break down the workflow. Okay, you tell us why exactly you use this node. So that means each group you have like 30 to 40 minutes to present. You have 30 to 40 minutes to present and we'll ask questions also. So 30 to 40 minutes to present. Just tell us the workflows, the pain points, the solutions, you're also going to tell us the disadvantages, at least behind every automation there might be, maybe it's actually cost or anything. You must tell us everything we need to know before we actually know if it's a good product to buy into. And you need to tell us feature improvement. What you are bringing, is this something we can build to become a SaaS product or whatever? So you just have to let us know. I don't know why it's just 40 people that are on this call. Oh, yeah, now you guys know I'm supposed to be watching ball now. Chelsea, I'm back and playing ball, and I'm not watching ball just because I needed to attend to you guys. So yeah, no problem. So I think that's all. I've sorted out the capstone project aspects. Now, once we are done with the capstone project aspects, I've been able to talk to two people next week. Next week is basically I'm going to round up anything practical. I'm going to run it up. I believe everything I've taught you guys will start on what's called building on your own now. I think from next week I'm going to talk a little about monetization. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little about monetization, offer creation. So I'll just brief you guys on what you need to know about. Um, I'll just brief you guys about what you need to know about uh, monetizations and everything you need to know about monetization. So I've been able to talk to one or two people. So that means from next week we'll be having classes back to back from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, and our final graduation day is on Saturday. Yes. So please, I'm going to send you guys. One thing is not everybody that is going to graduate because they're going to be getting a certificate. So it's not everyone that is going to graduate. In fact, what we currently have on the list, I don't think we have up to. Okay, maybe after the capstone project, we might actually increase the list. But what we have on the list, I don't think we even have up to 20 people on the list we have. But by next year, we should release the graduation list, and everyone is going to get a mail because we are going to need your picture for the graduation flyer. Everybody, I'm going to send in your JPEGs, your pictures for the graduation flyer. But for now, I don't even think we have up to 20 people that are graduating. But maybe after the capstone project presentation, yeah, before next week, we should release um, the final list and check if you actually make it the end. So I think that's all. So far so good. We've been doing amazingly well. Let's just dive into today's class because time has gone already for those that will be going to work tomorrow. So I'll try and be fast as possible. Um, sorry, let me reply to this message. I'll try and be fast and possible this night. Maybe as early as 1 a.m. We should be done by 1 a.m. so that those that wants to go to work can have a rest. Sure. So that's just it. So tonight we'll be being in what's called an AI voice agent. I know most of you have been excited about building an AI voice agent. I really know how it works. Well, AI voice agents is not hard. It's not hard, but it's a bit technical. Yeah, and that's where most automation specialists always shy away from. If you don't really know the in and outs, the bit technical when it comes to building AI automation. But I should be able to put tonight we'll just do basic workflow actually. The next class we're going to do more complex workflow. But I should be able to do some advanced one this night. Yeah, I should be able to touch one or two advanced one this night. So I believe, let me share my screen. I believe you all can see my screen now. Jesus, when my system hot. Please, can you all see my screen? Okay. So we're building what's called an AI voice agent. And what is voice today for today's class? We'll be building a voice agent that all you have to do is a personal assistant um, voice. You guys should give me a minute. Let me reply to this message. Sorry, guys. I really need to respond to this client. Please, a minute. Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sorry, good evening, sir. I'm fine, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So I'm back with you guys. So today, like I said earlier, we're going to be building a voice AI agent. So now we really need to understand what a voice AI agent is and how it works. Now, for those of you that use iPhones, or if you've ever been to some apartments, yeah, I remember there was this apartment, a short-let apartment I actually once booked sometimes 2 months ago or so. In that apartment, it's actually automated, whereby you could just be sitting down and you could just talk, hey, please, can you off the lights? Can you off the televisions? And it's going to on. Now, what is happening? That a voice agent. We are using Siri. I don't know, maybe most of you that have iPhones, if you are using Siri, there's a way you can actually, hey Siri, call this person for me. Hey Siri, do this what's called for me. You know, you are commanding it to do something. And also, if you remember, ChatGPT also has a voice AI agent whereby you can just communicate instead of typing. So today we are just building our own Siri today. We are building our own Siri today whereby we can just tell our own Siri that, okay, please, I need you to book an appointment with this person. I need you to send an email to this person. So that's exactly what we are building today. We are building our own personal Siri, our own personal assistant. And we are going to be using 11 Labs, which is the mouth where we are going to be using to talk to ourselves. We're going to be using anything. We're going to be using anything, which will start with our what's called trigger um, node. So we'll be going deeper now because you really need to explain. I'm going to make this class as fast as possible for you guys. So please, I really need your attention here right now because if you don't really understand this thing, I don't want to I don't understand though. I don't want to go back. So we are building our own Siri tonight. So what is our own Siri does, like I said earlier, is a personal assistant. He listens to us, he thinks, and he does whatever we ask it to do. So now, how do we set up our own Siri? How do we set up our own Siri? I think that's the most important part. Now, when setting up your voice AI agents, there are several tools out there that are being used to set up your voice AI agent. You can use VAPI, you can use 11 Labs. Um, you can also use, what's the name of this website? VAPI 11 Labs. I forgot. Don't forget. When I use this thing, what's the name of the app? It actually escaped my mind. But you can use no, you don't really VAPI 11 Labs. What's the name? I've forgotten the third name, but I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember. So you can use VAPI, you can use 11 Labs, and the name I actually forgot. So that's our what's called the first agent. So first of all, we need to go to 11 Labs. That's where the real work is going to go. So I'm going to be creating a new account specifically for this uh, workflow. So actually, I already have an account with 11 Labs, but I'm going to be creating a new account just for this particular uh, class. So let me just, you guys, hold on. Okay. So let me just sign out and create another account on 11 Labs. So I'm going to create another account using Google. You are the hero. Yes, you are my pillar, you are my defender. But this one is well. Let me use the next sense. No, let me not use this one. I need a fresh account that has enough voice credits. Let me see which one can I use. I'm trying to look for a fresh account that has enough credits that I can use. Okay, let me use this one. I think it's a fresh account. Because I believe you guys are following me, oh, please. So when you sign up on 11 Labs, that's the 11 Labs agents. This is how the first was called. So here is asking you to create what type of agent do you want to create? Now, you need to understand that in every automation, in every voice AI agent, they all have their own use case. Is the use case based for business or is the use case based for personal work? But for this particular what's called voice AI agents, the use case is actually for what? For the personal self. That means we are building it for our own personal self. That's exactly why we want to use this voice AI. So I'm going to be selecting personal assistant. So let me name it. This is my personal assistant. I'm going to use Miracle. I'm going to use Miracle, my personal assistant. So I'm going to click on Quick Agents. So now when you click on the Quick Agents, it's going to have, as usual, the agent is going to have the system prompt and the first message. So I'm going to expand this. I don't really like the system prompt they actually give me. I think I have one system prompt that I want to use specifically for this class. You guys should go done. I'm coming. All right. So I'm coming to this. I need to get the system prompt to use. Let me use cloud. I don't really like what ChatGPT is giving me. Let me use cloud if you guys show that. So you can also create your own personal system prompts for yourself. You can use ChatGPT. You know, most times we use ChatGPT, cloud, or what's called, or whatever you want to use. But for this, I'm going to use what's called. Okay, wait, I'm coming. Okay. You Mhm. Face the troubles come my way. Oh, yes. Night. You share tell a little. I need to know you guys can hear me. My network is just. Come on, come on. You guys are in class, Chelsea and who? Whether let us, whether you should who was caught. You should go leave this class and go and watch. Can you guys see my screen, Abby? Please, my screen is back now. Can you see it? Okay, you guys can see my screen. So we are going to go back to what's called. So what's the name of our system prompt? I've already given it a name. So I could just name it Miracle. We just name it Miracle. Yeah, sure. Huh? So we've already named it already. So okay, guys. So I'm going to I have a system prompt already that I've written already that I wrote from ChatGPT. So this is the system prompt I use. Let me expand it. You are a friendly and funny personal assistant who loves helping the users start with an upbeat and approachable way. Your role is to assist the user with sending emails and scheduling calendar events. So this is system prompt I used on 11 Labs for our voice AI agent. Now, for this first message, you know that whenever you call any customer care office or whoever you care, there's always a first message that you always get, like what's it? Hello, my name is so so. I'm calling. My name is so so so. Stuff like that. You know those kind of messages. So that so this is exactly what they are asking us to do. What is the first message that you want the AI agent to see? So I can just say, hello, hello, Mr. Emmanuel, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? This is Miracle, your personal assistant, right? How can I help you? How can I help you? So that's this the first message we get. Now for the voices, there are a whole lot of voices out there that you can choose for yourself. Whatever voice you want to use, you can use custom voice for yourself. Any voice you really want to use for yourself, whatever voice you want to use for yourself. Let's say I want to use the Nigerian voice. Let me just search for Nigeria. Let's search for Nigeria. So let's see. So you could just test out any voice you want to use. Sorry. Okay. You can't listen to my audio. You can't listen to my audio. Well, okay, I'm connected to professional microphone. But so you can just choose any word code, any voice you can use. Let's use Laura for the voice. Now, for this LLM, when we're building AI agents, I talked about what's called different LLM that you can actually use. So you can either use GPT-5, Gemini 2.5, or anyone. But one thing you should know is that the more expensive, the higher your LLM, the more expensive your what's called your money is going to be. So, but for this class, I'll stick with uh, Gemini 2.5. So, this is the temperature. The temperature is just how you want the AI agents to respond. How dramatic? Do you want it to be more expressive? Do you want it to be more dramatic? How exactly do you want it to respond? So that's exactly what the temperature actually does. So now, once we are done with all these things, all we have to do is head over back to where we have tools. Now, because we don't really have any tools, I haven't taught you guys what MCP is. I think that's going to be our last class, what an MCP is. So we need to add our tool because we need it to perform some actions. We need our what's called what AI agent to be able to call our anything workflow to be able to perform some actions that we actually need to for this particular workflow. So we're going to add two, and we're going to select the webhook. So once you selected the webhook, you can just name it NHN. So now for the description, you can use any description you want to use. All the description is just about you describing what your tool is. So I can just use this tool. Um, Let me see. Use this tool to um okay. Let's use to take action upon, let's say, is it a client? No, not client. It's still a personal assistant upon the users, sorry, users request. Now, for our webhook, we are using the post URL, and you all know how to get uh, your webhook. all you need to do is to come to what's called anything and click on webhook events. So that's where you have access to your webhook, and we're going to be using the post method. So I'm going to copy my post URL and come back here and paste it. That's our test webhook URL. Now, this particular response time is how long do you want the response of the AI agent? How many seconds do you want it to wait before it responds? So you might need to add like 20 seconds. Yeah, I think I recommend 20 seconds in case if you want a workflow to perform complex and we might actually get delay in our anytime workflow. So let's just leave it as it is as 20 seconds. Are you guys following me? Are you guys following me? Are you guys following me? Are we together? I hope it's not blur again this night because you guys are blur. I hope I hope it's not blur again this night. Are you guys with me? Okay, you never blow. All right, all right, all right. Thank God this night never blow. So I'm going to continue. So now this one we don't really need to touch anything here. So you just leave this one as it is. That's we have the pre-tool speech, just like that. We don't really need to touch anything. So we don't need headers, we don't need, so all what we need here is our body parameter. We need to define how our LLM is going to send data to our anything. So I could just for the description, I could just use let's say I'm thinking of what description we could actually give it, but we could just use in a friendly way. Ask ask the user to provide. Now, you guys need to understand we are trying to build a personal assistant whereby it helps us book appointments, and whenever we ask it to help us send email, it helps us send mail to that person. So we need to describe on how what's called this thing is going to call our AI agents or whatever tools we're going to be using. So we're going to be asking ask the user to provide um, let's say the name of the email recipient and what's the sorry and what the email is all about. Yes, is all about. Then I can also use unless they already provided unless they already provided the information and ask them for the calendar event dates and time. So if they're looking to schedule and event. So this actual description we are trying to send to our LLM in our AI agent that whenever we wanted to whenever we wanted to perform any action, you should ask the name of the person, the email of the person, and what the email is all about, and every other information, and the calendar event date and time. So the data type will be using string as the data type, and the identifier will be using two. So we have to make it required, and the description is just about who the email is going to, or who to schedule the events with, right? So now we need to add more what's called what's called more property, because we are performing a 3 in 1 what's called performing a 3 in 1 workflow. So we add more properties. We need to add also the event description. That whenever you want to book an event in the calendar, you need to add the description of the event. What exactly is the event about? So we need to add the event description also, the event description. So we don't need to really make this compulsory. So LLM prompts. Then um, the description. So description is just going to be like, this is the name of the event for the calendar. Then you can also add another property. So this one is going to be the email content. Remember, we are sending an email also. We also have a tool that we send email content to wherever we are sending it to. So I can just use email content also for this. And the description is also going to be what the email is about. What the email is about. Then I'm also going to have the required. And then I'm also going to add property. Then that's the calendar event time. We need to add the time and date also. So I'm going to be using calendar events time. Since the 3 in 1 workflow, then the description, what description we'll be using is when, remember it's actually time and date. That's when the event time and date is at. So we don't need to make this required. So that's just it about these 11 labs. Do you guys understand how I was able to get all this? Shekoti Blow. Do you guys understand how I was able to get all this? Okay, okay, all right. So now we are done with 11 labs. We are done. So I'm going to click on add to. So I'm going to click on add to. So we've already added two for our 11 labs. So now what we need to do is just to go back to our workflow on anything. So I'm going to test for events now. Yeah, I should come now. So I'm going to text for events. Um, so I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right? So I'm going to test for events now. Okay, you guys hold on. You guys can't hear me because I'm using a microphone. I need to find a way to actually. I'm not using the mic anymore now, so I've removed my mic. I'm using direct so that you guys can all hear me real quick. So let me just preview the agents. Please, if you guys can't hear the agent voice, let me know so I can check my settings, my setups. I'm doing good today. Um, I just need to book some appointments. I want to have appointment with Mr. With Miracle. I want to have an appointment with Miracle tomorrow by 2 p.m. By 2 p.m. and just for 1 hour. That's from 2 to 3 tomorrow. No, don't worry. I'll go and sleep. Pẹ̀lẹ́, pẹ̀lẹ́, baby. They play. So guys, could you all hear my what's called? Could you all hear my voice, my AI agent voice? You can't hear Miracle voice. Jeez, how can I do it? How can I do it that you guys are going to hear it? Oh, what can I do? What can I do? Okay, hold on. Let me switch device. I think it's now becoming a bit more technical. Let me switch device. I need to find a way that you guys can actually hear. Professional inputs. The issue is my mic, once I plug it to my system, it won't. Hold on. I need you guys to hear it. As the Holy Ghost is locked up in my heavy place, His Holy Ghost is locked up in my yes. His Holy Ghost is locked up in my head. Yeah. As the Holy Ghost is locked up in my head. So, mhm. Can you guys hear me? 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 I need to know if you guys can all hear me because I'm trying to switch device. I'm trying to switch device. I want you guys to hear my what's called to hear my agent speak. I don't know the best way I can actually do it. If you know the best way I can do, let me know. But can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Right? Hello? 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 So can you guys hear me now, right? All right. So let's start again from the beginning. So maybe you guys can see my screen. All right. So I'm going to go back to the workflow. Firstly, let me list thing for text event. Um, so preview agents. So let me call agents. How can we do? Can you guys now? Can you guys? Do you guys hear? Do you guys heard her when she spoke? I need to know, please. No. How about now? How about now? How about now? You guys, hold on. So you guys should just hold on. Let me look for a solution to it. I'm trying to see what I can do. Please, if you know any solution that can help us, let me know. But let me look for a solution from it here also. Hello, because it's stuck up in my head. Yes. I'm coming into the Can you guys hear me? I don't know. Hmm. All right. Good afternoon. Good evening. I need to make an appointment with Miracle tomorrow by 2 p.m. And I need it's just a consultation. We need to make some plans about our startups. So we need to have a meeting tomorrow by 2 p.m. for just 1 hour from 2 to 3 o'clock. So we need to have that meeting tomorrow. Tom- Tomorrow is 26th. Tomorrow is 26th. So I need to have a meeting with her tomorrow by 2 to 3 for our meeting on startups. No, go sleep. You sure? If you give me money. You guys can still. What can we do now? I don't know what we can do. Hey, I don't know what we can do because we've already gotten what is called. I've. I don't know what we need to do. I swear I don't know what to do now because I don't know what we need to do. But so far so good actually. This is what I told the AI agent and it has gotten the result for us. So this is the body. I told her about our meeting. We heard me clearly. I talked about meeting on startups and tomorrow 26 from 2 to 3 o'clock. So that's exactly what we need to build our anything uh, workflow on this particular one. So I'm going to pin this information now because of feature purpose. So now after building our workflow, we need to add an AI agent to our own workflow. The AI agent, which is the body of the workflow. So the chat model, let's use OpenAI. Okay, let's use Gemini. Let's use Gemini for a chat model. But let's use Gemini 2.5 for chat model. And also now this is where the major works. This is where the major works actually is. Yeah, building the AI agents. We need to prompt it. God I beg. Chelsea, help me now. We need to what's called. We need to build the AI agents. So now for the system, you guys already know most of these things. So I'll just go through these things. For we are using define below, and for the define below, change this to expression, expand it. So I'm just going to come back here. So where are we sending the? Who are we booking the appointment to? That is to um who is the person details. That let me just drag it. Just drag it, drop. Then what again? Um what is the event description? Event description. So the event description is we're having a meeting on our startups and also um what is the um let's say what is the event time also. What is the event time? So the event time is tomorrow. So this is the event time. So that's just it about um this particular one. So now we need to add a system prompt to our what's called our workflow. So I'm going to use ChatGPT to build a system prompt for ourselves. So let me just go ChatGPT to build a system prompt. Can also use cloud, anyone you want to use. So let me see what ChatGPT has for us. I want to build a system prompt for my personal assistant. Ah, my God. And I'm using these tools. I get contact tools, send email, schedule calendar, and I need the instructions for everything. Okay, okay. So ChatGPT is currently generating what's called my my system message. Okay, so I'll just copy the system message and just paste it here. Just copy system message, change it to expression, expand, paste it there. So now If you remember during the call when I was talking with the AI agents, if you remember during the call when I was talking with the AI agent, it was asking of the dates. Why? Because AI might feel they might not be updated to know tomorrow's date. So we need to tell him we need to add a system prompt to always use the current date and time. So I'm just going to use current date slash time. So I'm going to write a JSON code. Let me use this. Um, so I'm going to write a JSON code now. So I just wrote a JSON code that is going to be using today's dates and time. So that's just it about this particular system prompt. So now after we are done with this our own system prompt, remember what we are building. We are trying to build a customer support assistant. And for customer support assistant, sorry, I said customer support. We are trying to build a personal assistant. And for our personal assistant, we want it to be able to access our Google Calendar, to be able to set up meetings for us. And we also want it to be able to send emails to people for whoever want to send emails to, right? So I'm going to be using first of all the calendar tool. I'm going to be using the calendar tool, Google Calendar tool. So I believe you all know how to connect your accounts to Google Calendar. I don't think I really need to teach you this. So I've connected my account already to Google Calendar, and the tools set automatically, blah, blah, blah. So for my calendar, I'm going to choose Nezit Academy. So for the start and end date, that when the meeting is going to be starting and when it's going to be ending, I'm going to allow the AI to actually determine by itself. So also, I'll be adding the summary of the events. That's the summary of the event. So the summary of the event is just going to be the description of the event. That's what the event is all about. Then, apart from the summary of the event, then we can also add um, attendees, like those who are going to be attending the meeting. So, attendees. So for these attendees, I'll just let the AI agent to actually determine by itself. So let me rename. Sorry. So let me rename this so that for our AI agent to be able to call, for AI agent to be able to call these two. So let me just rename it Bamupio Tawajo at table. So I've already added this. Now also we need to add the Gmail node for it to be able to call out our Gmail. Also, in case if we want to send out messages, so we're going to be using the Gmail tool also for sending out uh, messages. So for this, so I will let the AI also determine who he wants to send to the subject. Let it determine the message. Let him or she determine. So I've connected my Gmail account already. So I'm going to be renaming this as send email. So I'm going to be remaining this at send and send email to. Now, I have a Google Sheet where I have stored some of my staff's list. That's those that are working with me with that email. So because sometimes we for this particular workflow we want it to only send emails to those who are on our staff list, or but sometimes we can even tell it that okay, I want to send so email to this particular person. Um, you can check our Google Sheet to have their email. But if their email is not in Google Sheet, you can just tell him the name of the person you want to send the email to. You can just write it out and spell it. But the reason why I'm having mine in the Google Sheet is because sometimes, especially when you are pronouncing Yoruba name, stuff like that, if you don't mention it for him one by one, he might actually get confused and send it to the wrong address. So I'm going to be using the Google Sheet too. Sorry, I'm going to be using the Google Sheet too. So I've connected my account already on Google Sheet. Get rows. So for the documents, I'm going to be using my friend list. So this is the list. Let me show you guys the list. The email of the person. So this is the list. So I'm going to come back here. So the sheet. So I'm going to be using sheet one, and that's all. So I'm going to be renaming this as get contact. I'm going to be renaming it as get con- so that's it. So that's it about this. So now, because this is a voice AI agent, we'll be using responding to webhook for it. So I'm going to come back to this webhook response and change this one to respond to the webhook node. So that's just it about this. So now if I test this thing now, hold on. If I test it now, let me execute step. So can you see the outputs? Got it. So this is actually what the AI agent is going to say. That's the AI voice agent. Got it. I've scheduled your meeting on startups for tomorrow 26, 2025 from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Emmanuel and Miracle. So let me go to my Google calendar. Let me go to my Google calendar. Sorry. Let me go to my calendar and see if you actually did it. So I'm going to go to my Google calendar. You So this is my calendar. It's currently loading. So just exit this card. So can you see the meeting is set? Okay, it's still loading. Still loading. So guys, can you see the meeting he set for me miracles tomorrow? Can you guys see meeting on startup from 2 to 3 p.m. So that's exactly how it actually works. So now what do I need to do now? After building all these things, I need to really know if it's actually working. Let me just change it to voice AI agent to save it. So I'm going to make it to go live. So now I need to change this what's called. Remember when we're setting up our AI agents, we're using the test URL. So I need to change it to production URL. So I'm just going to copy this production URL and then go back to our 11 labs. That's the AI agent. Come back to tools. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. You are. So now we are using the production here, right? I've copied the production here. Come back to anything 11 labs, come back to your tools, then this particular URL. Remember it's the text URL. So I'm just going to copy it and change it to the production URL. So this is the production URL. So I'm just going to click on save. So I've clicked on save already and it should work now. So let me preview the AI agent and see uh, what we actually have again. So I'm going to test it. Call agents. Hi Miracle, good evening. I need to book an appointment tomorrow. I'm having an important meeting tomorrow with Miracle tomorrow. Yeah. Um I'm thinking of by 10 a.m. tomorrow, and it's actually based on this particular AI bootcamp. So it's just about development of the AI bootcamp, how it can actually proceed better. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I want to do. Yes, yes. Just yeah, you can use the AI bootcamp title. Can you hear me? We're using the AI bootcamp title. No, I think I don't really have anything. But can you help me send email? I want to send an email to Emmanuel. I need to tell him that he's doing amazingly well and he's been doing a great work so far, so good. At least if people are not praising him, he should be able to praise himself. Yes, yes, you can send it to him and tell him he's doing well. Tell him he's doing well. Yes. Yeah, yeah, that's all. That's all. So I'm not reporting it to Laura. So let's go back to my calendar. Let's go back to my calendar and see what he actually did for us. I'm going to share my calendar. So so this is my calendar, and let me see. So he has successfully booked a meeting for me and Miracle tomorrow. Can you guys see? From AI Bootcamp from 10 to 11 a.m. And if I check my mail, I should get an email already saved for the meeting. Let me see. Um, no, Nesit Academy. I use Nesit Academy. Let me see the email. Let me use the email. You've been faithful, Lord, from the ages past. All this on your name is forevermore. You've been faithful, Lord. So wait, yeah, Miracle Next Academy. Oh, okay, yeah. I think the reason why I didn't get emails because I'm using the real Nezit Academy email as the name. So far so good. We've gotten what's called the our calendar fixed, and that's just it for this AI voice agent. Now someone is asking me that why do I use yes, I used what was this question? When I was creating the voice AI lab, I used the test URL for me to test it to know um, if it's actually working and for me to be able to get my face data. That's why I was using the test URL. But when I was done mapping and doing every stuff, that's when I used the production URL. You can for the next one we're going to be doing more complex. This one is just one of the most simplest aspect of building a voice AI agent. I think in our next class we should be diving more deeper into we should be able to build for a restaurant or a hotel service or anyone. We're going to pick a use case in our next class and we're going to build a voice AI agent for this. But this one is one of the most simplest. It's just booking appointment on calendar, which I think was good. It's very easy to build. Hey, see how my phone is hot. God, Jesus, Jesus. So more questions before we talk. to have a meeting with you guys to discuss next week. If you miss out, it's on your own. Because for those that have not been attending classes, tell them well done. If you know any of your friends that is not attending classes, tell them I said well done. They are doing well. Yes, you can build a workflow for this for scheduling calls. Miracle, please, my attendance. I've not been seeing I've not been seeing old phone in class. I've not been seeing old phone. I've not been seeing Abdul Wahab. Is it Wahab or it was his name? I didn't see Abdul Wahab class. Who else? Okay, I saw Mr. Oluwaseun. I didn't see old phone in class. I didn't. Okay, I saw Grace. I didn't see Maria. I didn't see Maria in class. Who else? These are my people. I know my people, and my people knows me. Why is connection of credentials so difficult and annoying most times? Let me tell you, one of the most difficult aspects of building workflows is not even about the mapping out API connections. Sometimes, if let me tell you something that happened recently, just yesterday. I was building a particular workflow, so it's actually on Zoho, and Zoho has this crazy stuff. Whenever you're using their API token, you need to always. Oh, you are sick. Oh, so sorry, so sorry. Oh, so sorry. Please stay strong. Please stay strong. Stay strong. Please don't be sick. Oh. So I'm saying, so API connection is one of the most difficult aspects. I was connecting on Zoho CRM yesterday, and Zoho has one crazy principles. You have to keep refreshing the API token up. I had to use an OAuth 2 connection. Have I taught you guys about OAuth 2 connection? You know, sometimes you have to bypass what's called the normal API connection and use HTTP request or use OAuth 2. So some API connection is one of the most difficult aspect of building workflow. Sometimes you have to bypass the normal nodes connection. Like most times, in fact, I use HTTP request the most. If any API wants to stress my life, I'll just use HTTP requests to have access to what's called to their APIs. And most of the APIs. See, when you start building complex workflow, there are some groups I give workflows. Now, before I share project to you, one thing you guys don't understand is I already looked at the strengths. I know everybody. Don't think I don't know you. I know everybody. I know everybody in my bootcamp. I know those who are community class. I know everybody. So before I shared capstone projects with some groups, I already know those that are in that group. The people that have I think one of the most complex projects are um Oluwa Sharing's group. I intentionally because I know he's there. I know he's there. I know he will give us something. Oluwaseun's group has one of the most complex projects. Miracles group also has a complex project. Then Oofune group has a complex project. Then there's a group I gave this code that I gave them to use this code also. I don't know which of the group is that. There's a group I asked them to use this code. I don't know. I don't know which group is that. So some groups are I gave them I just checked the strength because I don't want to do anything that is going to stress you Most of you are 9 to 5 workers, and I don't want anything that's going to disturb your work and disturb your rest. So I actually check the strengths of that group before allocating any project for you guys. And so far so good. You guys are really doing amazing well. You guys are doing amazing well. You guys are doing amazing well. I can't wait to see what you guys have for us on the presentation on presentation day, because after this boot camp, I need to rest. In fact, for now, I need to rest. I need to rest. I need to rest. I need to rest. Please, miracle attendance, attendance, attendance. If you like, leave without signing attendance. Leave without signing attendance. Please, guys, I need you guys' help. I need everyone's help. Please. I'm going to drop a post tomorrow on Twitter. And on that post, we are a mighty army. We have over 400 people. I believe if over 400 people can help me repost that post, is really going to go viral. So please, I really need your help, you guys, everybody tomorrow. I'm going to drop a post tomorrow morning. All I need you to do is just to drop a like and a retweet. Just retweet, please. That's what I want you guys to do for me tomorrow morning. I hope it's not too big to ask from you guys. Please just help me retweet when you see the post tomorrow. And also, I'm going to do another one also on LinkedIn next week. So on LinkedIn, I'm also going to ask you guys to repost. But for X, I'm going to be doing it tomorrow. Please just help me retweet tomorrow. My attendance. Yeah, where are you? Ejimani ejomu. Ọkpara Chineke ụmụọma o. Ịmara mmanya m. Ịnara m. You guys are like seeing me. Am I wine? Okay, so let me drop the attendance. Ah, this man shall like stressing my life. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to send you guys the attendance link. Help me to welcome Mrs. Ada. Ada, the floor is yours. Thank you for honoring my invite.
Good evening, everybody. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good evening. Good evening. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to be sharing with you all from my personal story, give you real and actionable advice, and you know, not waste our time here. So my name is Adeze, and I am an AI automation specialist who deals with no code local tools. And yeah, so I'm going to just give a run through of what I feel like could work for everyone. So you probably would be thinking that I should come here and tell you that everybody go and learn one tech skill or the other. No. And that's why I'm going to share my personal story with you so that you know that you don't necessarily have to start from no code look. You don't have to start with a tech skill. You could just start with a skill that you have either as a hobby, what you have earned with passively, and just build on that, build a brand around it, and see how you can start up. So I graduated from the university 2019, and shortly after I graduated, I was doing private home lesson tutor, and I was earning decently well as a home lesson tutor in Port Harcourt. Then I could charge 50,000 naira monthly, and I would teach twice a week, 2 hours per day. I remember teaching somebody's child during their midterm that was for one week, and I got 90,000 naira for just that 1 week. Why? Because of how I was able to package, and I was just teaching maths, just to mention that I was teaching maths, and that was all the skill I had in 2019. I was just targeting high ticket parents whose children were in high end schools, and preparing them for GMAT exams and all of that. But I was not the one doing it for myself. My mom was the one helping me get these people. I was good in maths, but I didn't have what it takes to target these people. But by the time I started teaching them, I got referrals and all that. But I knew that this is not really what I wanted for myself in the long run. But just before I digress and continue with my story, I just want to let you know that I used to be very good in mathematics in secondary school. At some point, I was poor. At another point, I became very good with maths. And that was when I knew that I could leverage on a skill I already had and earn from it, right? Because I know that a lot of us might not be tech savvy, we are not really built for tech, but you already have skills that you have that you could actually earn from and package it well. I know people who tutor mathematics online. There are sites I was applying for then to be math tutor. People even teach on Upwork and freelancing platforms in mathematics. All you need to do is to upskill in that existing skill that you have. I'm using maths now as an example because you could have other skills. I'm just trying to say you don't need to learn a skill from scratch. You can build with what you already have. You can refine and rebrand what you already have and leverage on that. So you can, go and look for people in your field that are doing what you already have an existing skill. What are they doing differently? For instance, if it's mathematics that is your interest, go and see how you can up your skill to teach foreign people mathematics, because their mathematics is not our SS1, SS2, SS3 kind of mathematics. So that you can break into the international market, right? You can prepare students for international exams and all that. This is just a sample. I'm just giving an instance. Some of you have sweet voices, but sweeter than my own voice said. That if you do voiceover like this last one, the voiceover will convert. They will get clients because you speak well, you have a nice voice, you are eloquent, but you're looking to be learning maybe virtual assistant or loco because you feel like it's trending, but it shouldn't be so. What you can do is look for people who are training on voiceover artists, voiceover, I don't know what they call it now. Yeah, who trains about voiceover and go and learn and build on it. There are people that are selling that skill on what's it called, on Upwork and other freelancing platforms. There are people that they have good language. Their ears are so good with language that they've learned multiple foreign languages. But there are people that are looking for who will teach them. And there's no how you can get these people if you're not positioning yourself out there. Then there are people who are great with sign language, American Sign Language. I'm just mentioning some skills that doesn't look like they are skills, but they can earn you money, right? So you don't have to say you have to do tech or code. You can earn from existing skills that you already have. So that's one. So after I finished, I think after I finished in 2019, I did home lesson for 2 years because I didn't feel ready to go for youth service. My mates had finished youth service by the time I was ready to go for youth service. But I was not even in a hurry because I was not in a competition with anybody. So it was in the course of my youth service. I attempted to do home lesson in where I was, and it was in Abia State I served. And imagine me who was collecting 50,000 naira for just mathematics, 2 hours per day and 2 times in a week. They were pricing me 5,000 naira in Umudike to teach maths, English, physics, chemistry, biology. It was very funny. And I just knew that while it might have worked for me in Port Harcourt, it was not sustainable for me in other locations. And that's because of what do they call it now? Environment. Port Harcourt is a place where they have, when they say oil money, literally have oil money. You can't compare that place to Abia State. So I didn't know that. And when I went there, I was like, do these people even know me? Do they think I'm looking for money and all that? And that was when I now got to know about tech skill, and I first learned my first tech skill and became a virtual assistant. I started off as a minute taker. I was taking minutes for a pastor in Birmingham then, and I think I also became a virtual assistant. All the people I worked with at that beginning were full timers. I worked for them for a long time, and I was a full virtual assistant for 2 years before I switched skill to cloud computing, DevOps, and now no code, low code. So what I'm trying to say with all these stories I'm mentioning, because I'm going to be talking to different sets of people. The first set of people I've spoken to are those who already have inbuilt skill that they can leverage and earn from. The second set of people are people that feel like they are afraid to move or make changes. You've possibly been learning a skill and you've not even earned from that skill, or you've been learning a skill and you're already tired, even as you're earning from. You feel like you want to change something and you're afraid. What will people say? They will say, I've turned to prostitute on top learning skill. Please prostitute away if that is going to help you gain clarity along the line. Tomorrow, I can wake up and come and announce on social media that now I want to become an MC. And nobody will do anything because nobody is feeding me. If I feel like I'm not finding purpose in automation again and I want to change to something else, I can always do that without feeling bad, without feeling like people will look at me that I'm jumping from one skill to the other. Just make sure that before you're jumping, you have actually dedicated time and you know seen what you've tried everything that is humanly possible to get what is needed of you to get from that skill. So you can start from anywhere, and sometimes you don't even have to start from scratch. You can start with what you already have. And to be honest, I don't know if you were expecting me to come and begin to list the types of skills you should start learning if you want to start afresh. No, You can actually start from what you already have. Some of you have outstanding skills that people will dive to have that skill that you have. But because you want to follow the trend of everybody and not even create a niche for yourself, you've now left your purpose and you're pursuing something you don't even have an interest in. So, like I said, one of the things you can do if you've been able to figure out what skill you want to learn, or you've learned a skill and you're now saying, okay, how can I leverage on this skill? How can I earn from this skill? One of the things you can do is to position yourself. My mantra will always be that life is cruel to the introverts, but it rewards the extroverts. And to be honest, that's the truth. It is those who make noise about their skills that get opportunities. And the funny thing is that those that are getting the skills might not be half as good as you are, but it is what they see that is making noise that they will help. You can have a beggar in your street and not know that there's a beggar in your street if you don't come out, especially if you're always indoor. But it is the beggar that is using megaphone to beg you. We know that there's a beggar, and by the time the beggar has begged tired and is causing a nuisance, you will have to go and drop money for him so that he will leave that place. It is what makes noise that is being seen. So, how do you do this? There are different ways you can monetize make money from your skill. One of it is positioning yourself on social media. So gone are the days where social media is for dancing, is for following trends and all that. You can even leverage on trends with showcasing your skill. A lot of people do that. I do that sometimes too. Post on LinkedIn, post on TikTok, post on YouTube. A lot of you are sleeping on YouTube. The thing is that you will say, but people are doing it. But I promise you, nobody will do it the way you do it. Nobody will do it as great as you do it. Even that content you're afraid to put on and say, the place is saturated. The thing is that the way I talk, there's absolutely nobody here that talks exactly the same way I talk. There's absolutely nobody here that has the same charisma that I have, that has the same tiny voice the way I have it exactly. That's because we are all built and created uniquely. And you can bring that uniqueness to the way you post or position yourself. Create content, showcase yourself. You're a voiceover artist, but you're not demonstrating, or you're looking to become a voiceover artist. You're not demonstrating how you can become a voiceover artist. You're not showing how you can, how you demonstrate to become a voiceover artist. You're a customer support person, but you're not giving us a behind the scene of how you're answering customer inquiries or customer issues. Even if you have to fake it, let people have a feel of how you present your service. Yeah, you are UX designer, but you're not showing us how you're designing a work from scratch and what it turned out to look like. I mean, there are different ways you can showcase your skill without really um, thinking too much of it. So you can position yourself on TikTok, you can position yourself on Twitter here, you can position yourself on LinkedIn, you can position yourself on freelancing platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, freelancing.com, and so many other freelancing platforms. You can position yourself in communities and groups that you belong to on these social media platforms. So leverage on what you have and start creating content. Gone are the days where we'll say, I'm camera shy, I don't know how to stay in the camera. Like I said, and I'll say again, life rewards those who are bold and extroverted, not those who are timid and say they are introverts. Life rewards those that take the bold step and put themselves out there. So you have to start from somewhere, even if you feel like it's going to be cringe. Don't worry, we'll watch the cringe for you and we like it, we will love it. And from there, you will start building and improving. You can never improve on something you have not even started. How do you now know what you want to improve on when you've not started to know the mistakes you're making? So these are things I feel like if you're looking to get out of the trenches, first do a personal evaluation. Do I have an existing skill that I can earn from? You learned how to do sign language. Might not be something you learned from you could learn it, maybe you learned it on your own, you picked an interest in it. You can earn from it. You know how to teach. You can position yourself. Look for platforms that take your kind of skill and position yourself. There are some platforms that are peculiar to maybe UI UX designers, freelancers, people that do this and that. Look for communities to join. That's where you even get the real gist of some of these things. Then when you get that, begin to watch resources, follow people that are in the same field as you are, and see how they're doing things differently. Then draw out a map out a plan for yourself and say, okay, if so person is doing it this way, and I've watched this YouTube, they say I should do it this way. Let me draw out a 30 days plan for myself and see how I can execute. It might not come out well, but I'm willing to learn on this journey. I'm willing to improve along the way, and I'm willing to show myself out there. Some people don't even have to do too much. They don't even have to put out themselves consistently for so long. Before they hit their first client or get the first person who is ready to pay, do tutorials, teach people. Like, people will not pay. You can even earn from teaching. People will not pay you when you've not given them a reason to pay you money for for you to be able to, for them trust you to teach them. And how can you do that? For you, is by you putting out tutorials, tips, tricks, either in video form or written form, so that when you now want to leverage teaching what you already know, people can, you could have got people's trust because they've seen results and seen that you're really knowledgeable in this thing. Some of you speak your dialects, and there are people that are looking for people who will teach them those dialects in diaspora. They're looking for people who will teach their kids Igbo, looking for people who will teach their kids Yoruba, looking for people who will teach their kids Hausa. And this is something that you learn for free, and you're not using it to do anything. You can leverage on what you already have, and if you don't have, look inwardly and know yourself. Ask yourself, what is it that really interests me? What can I learn? Then you go ahead and learn that skill. And after learning, sit your butt down and see how you can master that skill. And after mastering that skill, you see how you can start positioning yourself. And if you've been learning different skills and you feel like, okay, you want to change skill, there are two things I can tell you. You can actually change a skill, but actually ask yourself, is it that my execution is the reason why I am not getting gigs from what I've been learning up and down? If you answer those questions, it will help you evaluate yourself to know whether you really need a new skill. I wanted to pay for a training this month, and I told myself that I've been paying for trainings, I've bought courses, and I've not exhausted all the courses I bought up until last month. And I said, okay, I'm not paying again. That's me having a personal conversation with myself and telling myself that you've been paying for training, some of which you finished, some you did not finish. Why don't you finish the ones you have paid for and learn from them before you start thinking of hopping from one skill to the other? Instead of thinking you can learn so many things, why not even see how you can niche down in the one you already have? Whew. I think I've said a lot. So yeah, I'll hand over to the host. I don't know if people have questions for me or if you have something to say, I'll hand over the mic to you.
Well, if you have more time, no, you said a lot. You said a lot. Like, I've really learned a lot from you. Okay, we are not going to be taking questions now, but later on we'll be taking questions, or they can always come to your team. You can follow her if you have any questions, and you can tag out your questions, and I know she will gladly answer your questions. So I hope you all learn one or two things. She has said a lot. One thing is, when you want to position yourself, you have to show yourself out there. If you don't show yourself out there, there's no how people want to know you. There's no how people want to know that this is exactly what you do. I could remember the first AI automation job I got was from LinkedIn. Like, I didn't even apply for it because I remember when I was learning anything, I was posting on LinkedIn talking about what I did today, my progress, and that day it was just a day. I just got a message. Are you an expert in anything? Even though I was not an expert, but yet I answered yes, I'm an expert in anything. Okay, I have a project for you, and just like that, no interview, not nothing, and he paid me, and that was my first AI automation job I got. Just because why? I was showing off myself. I was posting about my progress. I was posting about. I wouldn't post when I started learning anything. But now, assuming I didn't show up myself, assuming I didn't build up my public profile, how will he get to know about me? How will he get to reach out to me? That's one of the important things where you have to build up your public profile. A guy reached out to me a few days ago. He was like, he has not gotten any job. I went to his Twitter profile. I can't even see anything related to AI automation on his job on his profile. All I can see is different retweets talking about different kind of stuff, sports, blah blah blah. I was kind of like, okay, yeah, you are looking for job. Even your profile does not even like talk about you are an AI automation expert. So how do people want to reach out to you? Okay, let's say you keep posting them. Someone can just please, I need you to help me do this, I need you to help me. So this is one of the important where you have to show up yourself. The first thing is you have to keep showing up yourself every day. You have to show up publicly. You have to let people know that this is what you are doing. You have to let people forget about being introvert. Yeah, you don't have money, you are saying you're introvert. Okay, no problem. We'll know who is really introvert because even if you want to be an introvert, at least have money that you can actually use to sustain yourself. But you are broke and yet you are still not trying to show up yourself in the public. You're not trying to put yourself out there. You still have to carry your market on your head. You have to be shameless when it comes to building, when it comes to showing up what you do outside there. When it comes to building up your public profile, you have to be very, very shameless about it. Because that's how people are going to get to know you. That's how people are going to get to know that okay, this is what you do. So Madam Ada has said a lot of things tonight, and I hope you guys have learned one or two things tonight. So I'm going to have the second speaker tonight. He's not here yet. So Madam Favor is here. So she's going to be our second speaker for tonight. She has a lot to what's called to teach us tonight. She's my boss. She's also a low code, no code developer. She's a freelancer. She has had a lot of dollars. So if you have the mic, man, I don't know. Can you please accept the request? The favor. I sent you an invite already. Okay, I don't think she's here yet. Michelle, are you here with us? Please, can you accept the invite? I sent you the invite already. I have one of my bosses here. Eliwachi, I will give you mic this tonight. I want to hear you speak. Even though you're not part of the speakers, I will give you mic tonight. You will speak. Okay, you have the floor, ma'am, Miss Favor.
Hi everyone, good evening. Please, if you can hear me, please react with an emoji.
Yeah, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, how do we even start? So I will start by sharing my journey. I will try as much as I can to be very brief. Then, I think the topic is ticket out of trenches. So let's assume that we don't have money, because me too, I don't have money. I'm on upcoming, like, freelancer. So I don't have money, I'm broke, I don't have shishi. I'm just trying to take myself back to when I started out. When I don't have, when I know I made a post earlier today that my first that when I started out as a freelancer, I was using a borrowed laptop, so it was that bad for me. So I started out as a virtual assistant. That was May, December 2023. After a month, after my graduation.
Okay, I think she went off. Okay, maybe she's having a network issue connecting here because. Okay, she's here again. Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
I'm so sorry, a call came in. So I was talking about I was just trying to review my journey as a distant, how I started as a freelancer. I started like a virtual assistant. So I borrowed the laptop to start. Then I even borrowed data and other stuff. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is that I started out as a virtual assistant. I got my first job. In fact, it was not hard for me to get my first job. My first job was a collab job with a freelancer in the community. So I think the pay then was to my task then was to create a cover I created a Canva design and I was paid about 5,000 naira per design. And I did that a couple of weeks before getting my main job on Upwork. So in essence, I will be sharing things that works for me and things that did not work for me, like life lessons on my failures. Because it was a struggle starting out my first year as a freelancer. I struggled a lot with job success score and all that stuff before should I say before I had this breakthrough. So yeah, so in as much as I'm trying to share my own story, I will also share what works for me and what did not work, so that whenever I know that we have newbies here who are trying to navigate the tech and space, you know what works and know what does not work. So my first job as if on Upwork was a scam job. I did the job I think for over a month before I got to find out okay that it was a scam job. I was not paid, no review, nothing. The client just ghosted me and that was it. Um I also started doing all these public this thing. I started showing up in the public. My first platform was on LinkedIn. I think I did not know much about the platform. I was just more of targeting the algorithm. I was more of being so concerned about likes. I thought that when you have lots of likes in your post, people it will attract people to um ask for your service and others. But the reverse was the case because as at that time I do have like in a post I make I can have up to like 300 likes and I don't get like I don't get a business owner and whatever coming to tell me after what do they say or what do services do you render like I joined the LinkedIn space that December 2023 up to last year though I was off and on and nothing was forthcoming and what changes for me was that I started I started showing out my work. So I started I recently when I even make a post, I don't think I have like up to 5 likes, sometimes 10 likes. I make my post, I just reach out like this is what I do, this is how I did this and this is how it helped the client. And so far so good. I have been getting results. So if you're starting out as a freelancer, whether regardless of wherever niche you are, and you want to make LinkedIn your platform, I know Adeze have a lot of resources and she's really good at in LinkedIn. But all I can say is that don't go for likes or like don't go for engagement. Same here with Twitter. I'm sure you still the same with Instagram and TikTok. Don't really focus on engagement. Oh, I want to join this challenge. I want to join this challenge. So if you ask yourself, when this challenge gets to an end, what's next for me? Do I have to come and start begging people to like my post? Do I have to come and start begging people to reshare my post and other to follow me and other stuff? So you for LinkedIn, I say if you don't have money to buy connect, because I won't be talking about Upwork because Upwork involves money. So if you don't have money to buy connect, you don't have money for Fiverr and other paid freelance platform. There are lots of freelance. There are a lot of free platform that you can start on. You can leverage yourself on. I know people that are making it on TikTok. I know people that are doing well on what's it called on Instagram. So for LinkedIn, I know I made a post last time on how you could use Boolean search. You can also use Google search on search how do I search for jobs or how do I get jobs using Boolean search. It's basically using the and or operator and if to search for unsaturated jobs. You know that there are posts business owners make and most of the times they don't get to see the real light. They might stay for like weeks, days and not even a single like or not even someone would DM them to be like, okay, what I'm interested in this thing. So when you search for that, so when you search with using those keywords, you filter it down. So to 7 working days, 7 days. If you tie it to your desired location, maybe your target audience is Canada, your target audience is US. I'm not saying this. There is nothing wrong with working with Nigerian clients, but if you obviously want to earn in dollar, right, you should obviously target people, foreigners. So yeah, if your target audience is these people I mentioned, you can just filter it to that, filter it to the 3 days, last 7 days, and you reach out to them. Ensure your profile is optimized. Not that your profile is, like, let me say, dormant. You don't have it. Even if you don't have a portfolio, let it be that when you're reaching out to someone, the person, you're reaching out to someone, or you're connecting with a business owner. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, for those that are on LinkedIn, when you connect with a business owner, some at times they go ahead to check your profile before they accept you. And I used to notice this when I was starting out, when I was using LinkedIn to look for a job. Then when I connect with a business owner, some of them first of all check my profile, and there are case scenarios whereby they don't find, I'm not sure they find my profile attractive, or like does not resonate with what they are looking for. They don't accept it, just ignore it. After viewing the profile, they will ignore it. But some people that feel like, okay, I might benefit, or I like this person post, they will go ahead to accept it. So try as much as you can to work on your profile, work on your about section, your pictures, basically everything. There are lots of videos on Ada's page. I think her YouTube channel is Ada Otomi. You can search for LinkedIn videos she had there. You can go um, LinkedIn. So another platform you can leverage on is on Twitter. Yes, there are lots of opportunities here on Twitter, and 90% of time, when 90% of the DMs I get about people that wants to go into the automation space. So when I check their profile, is either I'm saying I'm an Arsenal fan, or you're tagging one politician, or you're obsessed with one celebrity like that, or you're giving hot takes of what people will not send you safe. You just they give hot take. You're dragging this person, unnecessary things, and then you come to my DM to tell me that you've been looking for a job, you've not been getting. um And when I asked you of your portfolio, I even wanted to collab with someone, because with the person was really good at his speech. So with where the person did everything, I was like, okay, let me give you this simple automation to do, and let's see how it goes. I asked the person for his portfolio. He doesn't have. I was like, okay, let me go to your LinkedIn, or go to your what's it called? Go to your X profile to see if I can see something that will convince me that you can do this job. There was nothing there. It was just automation specialist. Your automation specialist. Now we think client good job. At least client should see something convincing, even if it's one workflow that, okay, I did this thing now, and you have it pinned on your profile that whenever you reach out to someone, you can present to the person that, yes, I have this thing, and this thing I can do it. So these are for people that are looking to venture into automation, and they don't have this they don't have themselves ready, they don't have their profile ready, they don't have their portfolio ready. And for those that are really trying, I see a lot of people that recently joined into the automation niche. I myself am also a newbie. I'm not this thing. I just started out this year. I got trained last year, December, and I started um searching for a job May this year. So I should call myself in. In fact, I'm a newbie. If you don't have money to search for jobs on Upwork, there are platforms like Quora. No, I've mentioned that a lot. There are platforms like Reddit. There is platform like Facebook. So I will start with Facebook. your niche is Airtable, you know you're very good at Airtable, or you want to focus at Airtable, you want to focus at Zapier, Make.com, and go high level, etc. Monday.com. You can just go to Facebook, search for groups. You can search for Monday.com experts, Monday.com. These are names of Facebook group I can remember. You can search for AI and automation agency. You can search for anything. Elewachi is very good at anything. You can also reach out to him to tell you much about anything. So you can search for this platform, and don't just be a dormant member there. Always contribute. Whenever someone have a question, you don't know where your help will come. Like, you don't know where your first. That's why I always say, when you join this platform, always try to be proactive. When someone drop a message, don't say, okay, because this person is not a client, you will ignore. You don't know if this person is working in an agency. You respond, and the person will be like, okay, this person, I think this person seems very knowledgeable about this platform. How about I reach out, maybe the company, their how people get job. So it's not a must that you get your first job with clients per se. Your help can come from anywhere. So try as much as you can to be proactive. And whenever you, I know we all use ChatGPT a lot. I mean, it has helped a lot of people. It has even helped me. I use ChatGPT a lot, but whenever you want to respond to comments, you want to respond to questions, you want to respond to whatever, try as much as you can not to go copy and paste. You know how ChatGPT formats its answer, the asterisks, the long hyphen, and everything. You just do everything, copy and paste. You go and paste it there. The person will know that, oh, is ChatGPT using writing this thing? Because of course, the person must have gone to ChatGPT and tried to throw the question there. The person might be looking for more personalized answer. So try as much as you can to check your answers. It will help you a lot, even in the long run. So you can also post your work there. So not just responding. You can post your work. This is what I did. You can don't try to spam the group, because sometimes people get to spam the group and they get banned. So let me say once in a week or even twice in a week, you just target that specific time. You know that people you're targeting might be their morning time, evening, or night. You know, they're always active. You post what you did and always try to post your best work. No, don't go and post one kind this thing like that you know that is not so good, that is not convincing. You can search for automation. Don't post generic automation. There are lots of unique automation now that are in trend. I mean, that will help business owners a lot. Chatbots, lead generation automation. That's, you know, that this every business needs a chatbot in their website. If you know a business that has a website that does not have a chatbot, like, it's going to take the person's customer support team, the lead generation, everything from 0 to 100. You can also pitch out to clients. This comes to my other way to get clients. There are lots of platforms. You can use Apollo. You can use Apify. You can even use Google. Google that is even free. If you don't want to use all these platforms I'm even calling, you can search for, you can target real estate, real estate agents. You can search for a website, real estate website. Maybe you just search on this, what you call, on Google. Click on their pages one by one. Lawyers, attorneys, um, business owners, all these local business owners in USA, in Canada, most especially in US. So you target them. Check for people that build. This is for people that know how to build a chatbot, or you can learn if you're in the automation need. You can also learn how to build a chatbot. So you target people, you check their this thing. You say, okay, this person does not have a chatbot. If I should create a demo for this person and reach out to them and reach out to him, at least remember, when you're reaching out to people, it's always a game of numbers. You will not do 10 and nobody responds to you and you say you're tired. I know of people that have done like 200, and out of that 200, it's only five that respond, and out of that five, it's only three that decide to book a meeting with them, and out of that three, it's only one or even two that got that gave them the job. And when you're pricing yourself, don't say because I'm a newbie, I should go and charge, I should charge less than the market price. You're down rating yourself. And with pricing, is the thing of a mindset. So if you call yourself a newbie, I'm not saying you should, because you're a newbie, you should charge high on it, but it should be in modesty. It should be moderate. So you, let's say for child, you can charge in between. For a first time, I can even charge $300. I saw a post where someone charged about, was it $26 for a child board? Because why? Why would you do that? It's more like you're downgrading yourself. I don't even know which was to qualify, but it's not the right thing to do. So don't do that. Always try to charge the market price, because when you charge the market price, the client, they see it as if they see you as something valuable. They would like to work with you. Don't go and say, okay, because I'm a newbie. Clients might say, I'm a newbie, I would want to charge very low. I went from charging, the last job I got as of December as a virtual assistant was, I think, $7. The other one was $3. It was that bad as of last year. And when I switched into automation, I closed my eye, increased everything to 20. And since then it has been like that, even though I've increased my rate. So it's a thing of mindset. If you believe that this my automation, this my work is worth this price. Yes, clients who that sees it and that know that yes, this is what the price will come and patronize you. So I've talked about price now. I've talked briefly on pricing. Which other platform? Reddit. Reddit is not a freelancing platform. It's more like a question and answer where people go to get clarity. So that's where most people don't get it. Um, Reddit is where most people that use it are usually startups, business owners that are looking to get clarity. Social media managers are looking to get clarity. Are looking to get answers. I know most social media managers, when they want to get like frequently questions or topics, when they want to propose content or they want to get content ideas, they go to Reddit, they will go to Quora, and you can also read gist there. I know that there are people that go there to read gist and everything. So there are lots of groups that you can join, and most at times they don't just come and say, I'm looking for this. I know that even though they do it, but it's in 10, if I should say in 10, it should be like 3 times over 10. So um that's when you see comment like that. Can you even hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you.
Okay, so I was talking about Reddit. So it's really rare to see a business owner say, I'm looking for this. But sometimes they share their struggles. That's where you come in. As an automation specialist, they share their struggles. They share that, okay, this AI is trending. A lot of business owners, they don't know. They don't know about AI. Some of them are very curious to get into this thing, to get into this AI. I know someone, an agency that charges thousands of dollars to build just email automation, to build an email management with make.com. So imagine if the person is charging that amount of money, and you can reach out to like 20 business owners that you see that the struggles. You can also share insightful tips there. You can post your work. You can share a trend about AI. This is what you can do. This is how you like, even if it's once, you can just target like twice in a week, 3 times in a week, depending on how you want your result, how fast you want your result, because it's also a game of numbers. Connect with agencies in that platform. I know there are a lot of agencies on those groups. I think after this space, I will drop some groups I know that automation virtual assistant and other communities in that Reddit, so you can connect with agencies. And another great place to get jobs, yes, is agencies. Even on YouTube, So we are still talking on how to get job without when you don't have money to buy connect and every other thing. So you go to YouTube, you most of us we spend our data on Facebook. I remember when I was an addict, like I should call myself an addict because then I don't think I can spend an hour without going to Instagram. It was that bad. So when you go to my screen time, you see that I spend most of my day on this thing on Instagram. So most of us can relate to this, I'm sure. You can use that time, that's your data. You can even delete it. What I do is that whenever I want to be serious with my life or whenever I want to achieve something, I delete that distracting platform. You know, nobody else will tell you to tell you the truth. I mean, people can advise you, but you always be the one to advise yourself. You know what you're doing wrong. You know what you're doing right. So you delete those distracting platform. Use that data. You know, say they manage data. Use that data. Enter YouTube. There are lots of what's it called? There are a lot of YouTube agencies. There are a lot of automation agencies right now on YouTube. You can start with commenting on their posts. From commenting on their posts, you can reach out to them on Twitter. You can reach out to them on what's it called, Facebook. You know that platform. Most of them are not really active on Facebook. You might see it on Twitter. You might see that they have like thousands of followers on on YouTube. They have like thousands of subscribers on YouTube. And when you click on their social media, you check their as you see that they are active, but they don't really post that much, and they have a very small number of followers. And when you send them a message, they get to see it fast because not they don't get enough much messages here on that platform. You just search for the platform that you feel like they might respond faster. Maybe via you want to reach out to them via email. You can tell them pitch your work. If you're really good at code email, I'm not good at code DM on code DM. You can also search. There are a lot of resources online. So when I tell people there are a lot of resources online, don't wait to be spoon fed. Don't come and ask me what is automation. How do I join? How do I get my first client? My first client, my first ever job I got from Upwork that was real. The what's it called? The proposal I used, I got it on YouTube. I used that same that proposal to get my first four job. So there are a lot of resources online. You someone to come and tell you this thing. I see a lot of people asking for playlists. I mean, it's really is a good thing to ask. I mean, you look up to someone to share all these things for you. But YouTube is there. Search for anything resources. Search for automation resources. Search for make this thing. You can even start with make.com. So when you go to make.com, aside from the academy, there is a section for what is it called? There is a section for templates you can use. I do not say you should go and copy the template and say, yes, I did this thing. You can use it to draw inspiration on things you can build. You can ask ChatGPT. I know one of our colleagues, Mary Jane, and who again, they do drop sample projects you can build on. So you can leverage that. You can build a lot of portfolio, a lot of projects. Now I'm rambling. I'm talking about a lot of things. So I think I've made a lot of points here. I've talked about portfolio. I've talked about how to get a job on many platforms. Even on same thing with Instagram. You can also get a job on Instagram. Also, just find what works for you, and don't say, "Oh, there are a lot of platforms. I've heard a lot of things. Where do I start? I will do this one. I will do this one." You can just focus on one or even two. Just say, see Twitter, I must conquer it. You might just pick two platforms and focus there. Try to do your best. As a newbie, you other freelancers, especially on Upwork, other freelancers that are more experienced are also looking out for jobs too. So they have an edge over you. Just search, say, what will I do to stand out? What will I do that when I'm applying for this job or when I'm reaching out to this client will pick me over this advanced person. And yes, you go with that. It might be your portfolio. You might say this portfolio I've been using it to apply for this job and none is forthcoming. what is this person doing different, or what is this person doing different? Say this person saying, oh, this portfolio gave me this job. Don't go and copy and paste. You can mimic, you can change your words, you can do the similar workflow. You learn how to pitch too. You learn how to crush interviews for people that does interviews. Because as I know as any of you, it takes a lot to convince someone that aside from your portfolio, you can even convince someone to buy this thing for you. But when it gets to interview, you might not be that outspoken. So one thing is being able to convince someone to get on an interview with you, and another thing is convincing someone that actually can do this thing. So you should also work on that. There are a lot of platforms online. There are a lot of YouTube channels online. Um, that talked about how to crush interview. That Elewachi talked so much. He's a marketer actually, so he talks so much about how to market yourself. I think there is a book he shared earlier, and that book is so helpful. I've been reading it, and you can learn one or two. You can search for the PDF online, learn how to market yourself as a freelancer. And yes, I'm sure that if you lock him in a month, if you say this July I will get a job, people where they get job, they don't get too head. I don't want people to drag me to say, oh, it's either you're lazy or you're doing this. Because I believe that when you set out your mind to do something, you actually achieve it. It's just, are you ready? Are you ready to actually put in the work? And I think I was talking about the other time that he spent at least 8 hours to get this. And he has a client, a client paying him a money to. Yes, that's consistency. Like that's what consistency does. So when you put out your heart, your everything to do something, honestly, there must be a result. Even if you don't get a job at that specific point, there are at least you're one step ahead. You must get responses, even if it's rejection. Someone might tell you, okay, actually we are not looking, but I will keep your profile in case I have an opening. At least you're positive that some. You can also reach out to your fellow freelancers. Some would love to outsource job, but then I think you should also try that part. So yes, and also as much as you can join communities. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Join communities. There are a lot of freelance communities. We have an AI community. So I'm saying this here without your permission. We have an AI community, AI launch. You can search for it here on X. You join it. You collaborate with people. You make friends. That's another great way to get a job. You make friends because you don't know when a job will be choking someone. They'll say, okay, please, can you hop on a call with me to do this thing? And you hop on a call, you will be able to rectify it. And if the person is being kind enough, the person gets paid. You might say, okay, oh yeah, take your share as per you help me to do this thing. That's another great way to get a job. You get. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Fivo. Thank you so much for that powerful section. Like, I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. And I hope everyone is picking one or two lessons and you're actually writing things down because tonight there have been a lot of values that have been flying up and down